the past 20 years, staff has taken on a far more enhanced role in the direction of our community. And it's because we have the luxury. Most small towns, their only source of revenue is the people that live there. We have this source of revenue from the freeways, the county seat, et cetera, et cetera. So probably about 50% of our income comes from outside people. So I believe that we have used a lot of this resource to grow staff at the expense of putting it in the ground and doing things for the betterment of the 28,000 people that live here. That's a real issue here. A lot of people think they live in Kingman and they don't understand. Our Parks Department pays a lot. We pay a lot of that for a lot of people to use our resources that don't live here. We have opted politically to do that, and that's fine. But I just feel that city government has grown beyond its need. Right? We need to grow into what we got. Philosophically, I think less government is better. Always have, always will. I think government is by its nature something that grows and grows, and it behooves whomever is at the helm to always look at growth in city government and say, do we need it? So that is mine.
Bill, next area of this, we've seen correspondence from you to elected officials over the years calling for the ousters of the department heads. We've heard you talk heavily about current department heads. Is anyone in your firing bullseye if you were elected mayor?
What was the last part of it?
Is anyone in the crosshairs of your termination bullseye?
Yeah, the paper did a good job of that. I was brought the citizen in the crosshairs.
A little closer with the microphone. So
the paper had that headline, and it was pretty inflammatory. I don't think there's any one person. I would look hard at the building department and the planning and zoning, not in a firing vein, but in an attitude vein. I'm just telling you, I've had several big companies who come here and build things, and when they're all done, they've come to me and said, this is one of the hardest communities to get through, attitude-wise. Okay? Attitude. You all know, even at home, if your kid's acting up and got a bad attitude, it's hard to get things across. I believe that if we get the right council and mayor, 4 people that are on the same page, there won't need to be a lot of changes. They will just look up there and know it's changed, and it'll just come. Just like in your families. If you have 2 kids and you treat one different than the other, it doesn't work. But if they both know it's going to be equal, it stops. And that's you have to do it by leadership. You don't have to admonish people. People are grown people. They got great jobs.
Okay, so an attitude adjustment. You've also said that department heads are overpaid, as if you were going to go in and cut their salaries. How would you plan to address that? I mean, can they really do that?
Well, I don't know anybody at any level of government that has a pay cut. So a little bit of that is political rhetoric that gets people's attention. You can freeze pay at the top. You know, the department heads are making over $110,000. We throw their cars, whenever benefits in there. That is, in Kingman, Arizona, those are our best jobs. I work in a lot of municipalities, and it's very rare that the department heads in that municipality are the best paid in the community. So if the average worker in Kingman, even in the city, makes 30, and you got a guy making 4 times that, he better bring 4 times to the table. Do you understand that? Whenever I do something, I demand excellence. And if you bring it, you will be rewarded. But you just can't say, I've been here, I'm getting it. If there's any money going to go back, it's going to go back to the city workers. You know, we have 350 employees. We've got about 14 people making over $100,000. They don't need to make any more money for a while.
So essentially you recognize you can't cut pay, but you can stop further advances.
Exactly.
Okay.